Hello and good morning. I'm going to bring you my entire Hoya collection for today's video. It should be a lot of fun. I did ask over on my Instagram how I should film this video for you, and majority said I should rank them. So I'm going to be tier ranking them. I have three groups. I have my least favorites, the middle group, and then my top favorites. Since I have close to 60 Hoyas, I pretty much picked 20 to be in each group. So I'm going to start with my least favorites first. And if any of these Hoyas are in my least favorites that you like and is your favorite Hoya, please don't get offended. Sometimes they're in the bottom because maybe they haven't bloomed yet. Maybe I just fell out of love with them. Maybe they're struggling a bit. Maybe they were gifted Hoyas that I'm not really in love with, or they're possibly new Hoyas that I haven't really gotten a chance to grow out yet. So there's lots of different reasons that they are in the bottom group. But some of them I can live without, I guess. I would say most of the Hoyas in my collection I have acquired in the past year and a half. I do have Hoyas that have been with me since I first got into collecting plants. And I also have a plant shop now, if you didn't know. So I grow everything out through propagation. So a lot of my Hoyas that I'm going to share with you today do get constantly propagated. They don't get to a point where they're huge because I'm always chopping them. We do have quite a few Hoyas to get through today, so I'm going to try and keep it about a minute per Hoya so I don't drag this out for hours and hours. But thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope you enjoy my collection, and let's go ahead and get started. I do have a list here on my phone that I'm going to be referring to. I was going around to group them out, and I don't think I forgot anyone. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but from what I have written here, I have 54 different varieties because I did downsize some recently. Now I do have more Hoyas. I probably have closer to 60 because some are duplicates. I'm gonna get started with the least favorites first. And starting off is this sad one here. This is a Hoya that's been in my collection for a bit. It's one of my early Hoyas actually. It's a Crimson Queen. And I do really like this Hoya, you guys. The only reason it's on the bottom is because it's a sad rehab, and mine is not looking good. I recently propagated it because I was transferring it from pond to put back into my soil mix, so it's currently in perlite rooting. But ever since I took it out of pond recently, it's kind of yellowing, not looking happy. So I don't even know if this cutting is going to survive. If it doesn't, I feel like more than likely I will repurchase this because I do really like the Hoya carnosa, like the Crimson Princess and Crimson Queen. I do think they're beautiful Hoyas, but because it's a bit sad, I moved it to the bottom. So hopefully this guy will root back for me and I can get it to grow. I think the all white leaves that it does too is really, really pretty. Is it rooting? Oh, it hasn't even rooted yet. You know what, I may have to move this to a spot where it can actually get some more light, where I can actually root it back. I grow so many Hoyas and propagate so many Hoyas for my shop. It's just where I have this, it's not getting ideal conditions for that. So I do believe I'm going to move this away from my Hoya area so I can give it the best chance at growing. So yeah, that is number 54. Number 53 on the list, I believe, you guys are gonna have to correct me on this. I feel like it could be Hoya bilobata, but I don't think it is because I feel like since this is a Costa plant, Costa Farms plant, I think it's Hoya species Burtonay, but I don't know for sure. I feel like I get this wrong every time I show this Hoya. I actually had this at the old house. This is one of my older Hoyas, and I thought it was Hoya species Burtonay for so long, but then I had people tell me it was not a Burtonay, it was a bilobata, but now I'm not sure. So to me, they don't feel fuzzy, they feel more smooth. So you'll have to let me know, you Hoya experts, which one this is for sure. But it has bloomed for me. It has not bloomed in quite some time. It did bloom back at the old house and it has pretty red blooms. I feel like it smelled like a caramel scent. The heck? But it has not really bloomed, I don't think. Actually, yes, I'm sorry. It has bloomed since I've been here. I had this one hanging in my shop room and it got a little bit of west light. So I feel like the lower light is probably the reason why it hasn't bloomed as much for me. But yeah, I don't know if I have any peduncles on it right now. But yeah, the reason why this is on the bottom of the list is because I kind of fell out of love with this Hoya. Even though it is pretty and full, I feel like it doesn't really bring me much joy. And I have so many other Hoyas that I love the foliage on. So I do really like this Hoya, but it's not my favorite. I feel like if it disappeared from my collection, I would not be upset. I most likely will propagate this up and completely downsize it from my collection. But I have it, it's been with me for a while, so there is that attachment factor to it. But yeah, it's not my favorite foliage-wise, I would say. I'm showing you some big Hoyas that are on the bottom. I feel bad that I'm ranking these so low. This is number 52. This is Hoya I, and this was a big box store find, I believe in 2022. So I've had this now, this will be the 3rd year. It has grown so much, don't get me wrong. It was a pretty full plant when I bought it, but it has grown a ton. And this was another Hoya that I had near the Labata or Burtonay. So it was in those same conditions where it wasn't getting a ton of light. So this one has not bloomed for me yet. I actually have no idea what the blooms look like. So I do think this one is at the bottom of the list for the same reason. I think the foliage I'm not that in love with anymore, the all green. I feel like it looks very similar, except the leaves are more elongated. It is very pretty. It's a very beautiful Hoya trailing. But for right now, I have her on the bottom. I feel like if she disappeared, I wouldn't be sad. So that's what I'm telling myself for a lot of these Hoyas. Like, would I be sad if they disappeared from my collection? And I don't think I would be. I was really excited to find this Hoya at the big box store. So I really wanted it back then, but now that I've had it for a few years, it just hasn't really done much for me, I guess. So maybe once she blooms, I'll feel differently, like I said about her, but for right now, she is towards the bottom. Number 51 on the list is a Lacunosa variety. This is actually Lacunosa snowcaps. I feel like my particular specimen, the snow-capped leaves, you can't notice a whole lot. Mine is more dark, and I think that's why this one's at the bottom, because again, I feel like it looks exactly like the other 2 Hoyas that I've shared. The leaves obviously do look a little different. They're more crinkled, and you can see a little bit of the speckling. Maybe, it's really hard to make out. This one actually just had a bloom on it when I did the Hoya shelf, and it fell. I don't know where the peduncle went. It has bloomed quite a few times, and it's dropping leaves since I've moved it. It was in the same west window that the other 2 Hoyas were in. It's still not really getting good light. I would say it's more getting ambient light beside my cabinet over there. So if it continues to be a little unhappy, I might have to add an extra grow light. But I was thinking this one might be one that I am going to downsize as well. I have propagated it a few times, but not recently. So that's why this one's still pretty full. The blooms are nice. I have a lot of Lacunosa varieties that you will see, but out of all the Lacunosas, I feel like this one's probably my least favorite. Just again, because I'm not really in love with the leaves. It's very low splash. I do like my silvery Lacunosas a lot better, and I'm excited to show you some of those varieties. But yeah, Lacunosa snowcaps is not my favorite. Number 50 is this Hoya species here. It starts with a G, Garut, I believe, and it has some numbers after the name, but I will put it on the screen. This was actually an import in 2024, so last year. It took a bit to kind of rehab, but it actually bloomed already a couple months ago. Has it been? Yeah, a couple months ago. And the blooms are so stinking cute. They look like little tulips. They didn't have much of a scent. I thought it smelled a little like a lime, maybe, but the blooms were cute. And after it bloomed I think one more time, and then I was looking at this Hoya recently over there, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not really in love with the foliage, and because that's mainly why I keep Hoyas, I don't necessarily want to hang on to it for when it blooms, I guess. So I don't know. I haven't quite decided if I want to completely downsize this Hoya. I did propagate it recently. I think I have 2 or 3 cuttings that are rooting with peduncles. But it is going to, I think it might bloom again here soon. There's another little peduncle coming in right here. It's very tiny. I don't even know if you can make it out. But yeah, I had cut, there's another peduncle here. I had cut here and I had cut down here too. But yeah, that's what the leaves look like. They have some splash on them. So, and not that this Hoya is ugly by any means. I just feel like it's not my favorite. So yeah, it is up in the air. I feel like I could do without it. But again, I've only had this for not even a year. I think it was late in the fall or going into winter when I got this import order. So maybe it will grow on me more the longer I have it. But I'm keeping it at the bottom for now because again, the leaves aren't necessarily my favorite. But yeah, it's a pretty cool Hoya. It seems really easygoing and it was crazy that it bloomed so quickly for me. I feel like it must have been a more mature specimen that I got maybe. So that is that guy. Number 49 is this Hoya here. I need to put it on a trellis. A lot of my Hoyas are very wet looking. I just watered them actually last night. Ooh, I just hit my mouth. This one here is Hoya, I believe it's a Callistophylla, and I think this is Black Cat is the name of this one. And this one was a free gift with purchase, so I haven't had it for, it's been less than a year, and I thought it was a goner, you guys, and it shot out this here with a cute new little leaf. So that's what it looks like. That was the original leaf. So I'm glad it's growing and maybe it will grow on me. The only reason I feel like it's ranked so low is because I feel like I haven't had it for that long to really appreciate it, I guess. I do think the foliage is pretty striking. I love that lime green and I love veiny plants and it's very, very veiny. So I do like it. Maybe it should be up higher on my list. But yeah, I feel like that's really the only reason is I pretty much struggled with it and it's been out of sight, like in a propagation bin, and I just recently moved it onto the shelf. But look at that, that is very pretty. Oh, I do really like that. So yeah, I'm sure it'll move up on the list. I'm not going to downsize it. It's going to stay in my collection. I feel like I always have to do a quick mealy check on this Hoya. It has had mealies before, but I believe we are good. This is what number are we on? 48. Okay, this is number 48. And this is Hoya compacta. And the only reason this one is ranked so low is because it hasn't bloomed. So this is one of the Hoyas in my collection that is the opposite. I want this Hoya for the blooms. They're pink and they supposedly smell like chocolate, and I just really want that on this Hoya. I like pink and I love chocolate, so I feel like once this plant blooms, it is going to shoot up to a favorite. I'm just really waiting on that to happen. So this one was a recent rehab. It was a lot more full. It had mealies and I kind of cut it back to not have so many vines that could get infested with mealies. And so I recently potted it up because it was in pond rehabbing. So most of my Hoyas I grow in like my DIY aroid mix. That's what, I only have one Hoya that's currently in pond that seems to love it, but everything else is in my soil mix. So I wanted it back in a type of aroid mix. I didn't want to grow it in a semi-hydro. So yeah, the foliage is kind of cool with a crinkled look and everything. But again, the foliage, it's not my favorite, but I do really want the blooms on this one. So it's gonna stay at the bottom until it blooms for me. It's 3 pieces. It's this piece, and this little piece over here. So I'm really wanting blooms. I feel like I want to move it to higher light because where I have it now, so the corner in my dining room is so incredibly dark, so everything over there is under grow lights. But since I recently rearranged it, I'm still kind of seeing how the Hoyas do because a lot of them, that are like on the edges aren't getting nearly as much light. So if this one doesn't seem to grow well, I think I will have to add a little bit more light, but I'm seeing how it does. It is a cute Hoya though. I still like it. I'm not going to get rid of it. I just really want those blooms. So we'll see. Fingers crossed it blooms for me soon. Oh no, this one was touching the grow light. Whoops, this newest leaf. It's squished in my acrobar cabinet over there. I need to take it out. So this is Hoya papashonii, I believe. It's very similar to Hoya discipulae, which I do have, and the leaves are very, very similar. I feel like I'm most likely going to downsize this one because I do have the discipulae and I like that one better. This one did bloom earlier this year already. I feel like this is a fast bloomer like the discipulae. The leaf is a lot more thin compared to a discipulae, but it still looks very similar. I'll have to leave this on the side, and then when I bring that one out, I'll show you the similarities. But yeah, because they are very similar, the blooms are different, but I feel like I don't like this one enough to keep because of that reason, because it's so similar. But yeah, that's what that one looks like. I don't know if I took a picture of the bloom when it bloomed, but if not, I'll pop a picture what the bloom looks like on this one. But yeah, that's that guy. This next cutie is one that I do really like, but unfortunately it got really, really sad and I only saved a cutting. This was back when I had a huge mealy problem, and this one was in my plant room. This is Hoya Sunrise, by the way. And I didn't know it had a mealy infestation for a bit. And you guys, this Hoya was incredibly, incredibly beautiful in my collection at one point. So many blooms on it. It was so big, and it just went downhill very quickly. I had taken it out of my plant room. I moved it to a quarantine area in my bedroom. It was getting low light. I think it just shocked, and it pretty much went downhill. So like the Compacta and Crimson Queen that I showed you already, I just took a cutting just to regrow the plant back, and this cutting has struggled to grow back. I recently potted it up. I felt like it had enough roots to go ahead and do that. I don't know if this one's going to grow. There's just two little cuttings in here. So yeah, that's the only reason this one's in the bottom, is because it's a sad, sad Hoya update. But once it grows more and it gets big again, I'm sure I will fall in love with it. And the blooms are very cute, and they weren't like overpowering or anything like that. So yeah, I do miss this Hoya actually a lot. So yeah, Hoya Sunrise. Very sad about this one. Next Hoya is a newer Hoya in my collection. I got it earlier this year. It was actually a freebie. A lot of my Hoyas started, well, I'd say like maybe 10 to 12 at least were like free cuttings that I received with my order, which is so nice. So a lot of these Hoyas I did acquire because of that reason, and I didn't necessarily pick them. But this one here, just because I haven't had it for too long, it's in the bottom category, but I really do love it. And the leaves are so, so pretty. So this one here is a multiflora, and it's, I believe it's called Wonderfill. And it's very splashy and silvery, which is my favorite on Hoyas. I love the splashy leaves. Oh, is it not focusing? There we go. I love the color, and it does have a peduncle right up top. You can see right there. So this was a cutting here, and then it's grown this middle shoot all the way up, and these two newest leaves are quite big. I do need to get it trellised and supported, but I'm excited to see the blooms. I do have another multiflora that's going to bloom, so hopefully. They started to open yesterday, but they're not fully open, but it's bloomed a few times for me. I think the blooms on the multiflora are stunning. They're so unique, so beautiful. I actually don't know if the blooms are very similar, if all the multiflora blooms look the same, but I can't wait for this one to bloom. I feel like it's a bit of a thirstier Hoya as well. Normally, it does feel like the leaves are a bit thin on it. I feel like my thinner leafed Hoyas are more thirsty. Number 44 on my list is this one here, and I don't like that it's number 44. Again, like these groups of Hoyas, they're not exact. Just because I have it listed as 44 doesn't mean it is that low on my list, I guess. I just kind of group them, but a lot of these Hoyas I still really, really love. And this color on this one is just to die for. I love that silver color. This is Hoya Carnosa Nova Ghost, and it's mostly silver. Like I said, it does have a little bit of splashiness to it. I think the only reason that it's more towards the bottom is because it's a bit of a finicky grower. I feel like for me, it grows more slow. Like I had propped this Hoya to grow some propagations. It was actually a lot longer. I think I took about 4 propagations. Even the propagations are just stuck. And I did get this one as a propagation as well. I think it was rooted, and it took forever for the growth point to emerge. And when it finally started growing, I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And now that I've chopped it, it hasn't regrown and the cuttings are not doing anything. So I feel like this one's definitely going to be stubborn if I do want to prop it and make, you know, small plants for people, which I'm not thrilled about. But the color itself, the Hoya itself, is very beautiful. It's just, yeah, if you cut it back, I think it is going to stunt the growth a bit. But that color, you just cannot beat that color. It is stunning. This might just be a Hoya in my collection that I'll just grow out just to grow it and not chop it at all. I'm kind of sad that I chopped it because now it's really short, but I did want to make, you know, small plants out. Number 43 on the list is this one here. And this one is low on the list because I haven't had it for too long. I got this one over winter. I got this as a shop plant. But it shocked. It had a little bit of cold damage and I rehabbed it back and it struggled, you guys. It just now finally started growing. Like this here is new and this here is new. And so when I propped it, I did take a few cuttings that are growing. So hopefully those will be ready soon. But I'm excited for this one. This is, I didn't tell you what this one was. This is it Pink Flamingo? I think it's a pink flamingo, but I'll put the exact name on the screen. But I really love the pink. I think the pink on Hoya leaves are stunning. Like, look at that pop of color. This one's actually doing some all white leaves. I hope this isn't the case. Yeah, this looks to be all white, but that one has a nice like outer variegation. It's really stunning. I do need to get this one trellis now. So these are some of the original leaves. That's what it looks like. But I love that pink. So I'm sure it'll move up on my list. And like I said, once it actually starts growing for me, I'm sure I'm going to really love this one. Next Hoya on the list is one of my OG Hoyas. This is Hoya Abuvada. And I recently chopped it. I'll try and insert some clips. I just did it when I did the shelf. It was really big. That was actually the second time I had chopped it all the way back. I chopped it back pretty much back to nothing the first time and I sold all the cuttings. And so I did the same thing again. I chopped it all the way back and I have all the cuttings propagating. Even most of the cuttings are actually starting to grow now. And I kept this one because it has a half moon leaf. Look at that. It's so cute. It's like little Mickey Mouse ears too. I love the round leaves on Hoyas, and this one is just, this cutting was too cute to let go. I was thinking about completely letting go of the Hoya out of my collection because the leaves, like the big leaf is literally the size of my palm, like one of the leaves. Like, it was huge. I'm more of a smaller leaf Hoya. I really like the small leaves, but I just wanted to chop it back all the way. It just had gotten too big. It's only bloomed once for me. The bloom is really cute and pretty, but it hadn't bloomed anymore since. It did have a lot of peduncles on it coming in though. But I'll probably let this one grow out again and I might just chop it back all the way once it grows. I just thought that half moon leaf was just too cute to not keep. Number 41 on the list is again one of my OG Hoyas. I miss this Hoya so much. This Hoya was incredibly huge in my collection back in the day. It was so massive. And I decided to only keep a cutting, and because of the whole mealy things, it came down with mealies. So probably a couple years ago, year and a half ago at least, I had a lot of my Hoyas over here at this east window, which is very mealy prone. We are going to weather strip this window and seal it so that no mealies can come in. And I let the infestation go for too long. It attacked so many of my Hoyas. I had saved a few cuttings just to reduce spread, and I had, again, I was kind of new with pon at that time, but I wanted to try some Hoya out in pon, so I decided to try some of the ones that, you know, I was propagating, and it did okay. It just, I felt like it's probably been over a year since I did that video where I had chopped a lot of them, and it's just struggled to bounce back. And so I put it back into my aeroid mix recently. I do see some new roots coming in, so hopefully it grows better. I just feel like it didn't like or enjoy semi-hydro, and these are all new leaves here coming in. I might prop it soon once it grows a bit more to fill the pot out, because I would like this pretty full in my collection again. Every time I see one at the big box store, when I see a crimson princess, I'm always tempted to get it, but then I tell myself, no, I am determined to grow mine back to be the way that it was. So yeah, hopefully it grows back for me and we can get her looking full and lush again. This one is number 40, so this is technically the last one in the last group that I had written down. Are we only at 40? Oh my gosh, I have so many to go through. Okay, we need to make this quick. This is Hoya Croniana Super Silver. I do love this Hoya. Anything that has silver in the name, I adore. But I had to categorize these, you know, and this just happened to land at number 40. But I do really love it. I've propped this so many times, you guys. It grows so incredibly fast, and all the peduncles have fallen. It has bloomed many times for me. I feel like a lot of my Hoyas I'm going to show you today don't have any blooms because they're like, they've all dropped their blooms. But here's another peduncle. Yeah, here's another peduncle here. So they should be growing back here. I love the silver and I love the green. Like, some leaves on it are, it has the green and silver, and then some are just silver. Well, actually a lot of it is mostly silver, I would say, but I love the leaves that kind of do a half moon thing, like this one here. Obviously I love half moon leaves. It's so cute. I love this whole pot situation for it too. The cute trellis with the dangly suncatcher thing. I think this is adorable. I love this. I need to find a lot of cute pot and trellis combos for my Hoyas. It's something I'm working on, like styling. I need to get this one kind of wrapped back around. But yeah, I do really love this Hoya, and it's not going anywhere, and I am going to prop it again soon. I probably have like 10 propagations growing right now, and yeah, it's super easy going, easy care, grows super fast. There is nothing bad to say about this Hoya, so I love her so much. Drum roll for the middle 20. So this is ranking at number 39. This is another Lacinosa, and this one is called Silver Mint, and it is a chef's kiss. I love this Hoya. It's another one that grows extremely fast. It's another one that I've propped so many times. It literally does not know how to stop growing. It's such a fast grower. It may need to upsize soon. But this one just recently went through a bloom cycle. Oops, broke a leaf. It does have some blooms coming back on the peduncles, you can see right there. So that's going to be blooming again soon. Here's another one here. It's going to be blooming again soon. I think the Lacinosa blooms on this one look a little bit different. I feel like they're a little bit more fuzzy. I did take a picture. I will pop it on the screen. What the heck? Why am I breaking these leaves? Nothing negative at all to say about this Hoya. Again, it's a little crazy right now. I'm going to prop it again very soon. I think the leaves are super cute. I love the all silver, the silver mint. Very beautiful. I don't know why this one's at number 39. I think I just ranked it at 39. I just was going through and making my middle list. So I definitely really love this one. So I don't know. It's probably not 39, but it's just where it's at on the list today. So yeah, love her. You'll notice a lot of my Hoyas are in little acrylic trays because they were in my Acrobar. So the trays fit nicely. I could fit like a good at least 8 Hoyas in there, and it catches the water. This pot doesn't have, it has a drain hole that's not plugged. That's why I have this one in a tray. So number 38 is this Hoya here. This Hoya is called IM-08. And I believe I did rank this Hoya as like in my top 10. I think when I did like my top 10 favorite Hoyas, but it has moved down the list. And I don't know why. I honestly think it's because the blooms don't smell nice. Ooh. So I did prop this one recently. It was so long, you guys. And I kind of like it trailing, so I have it on my shelf wrapped around like this, and it's kind of doing that little number. I don't know if I really want this one on a trellis, but it is pretty much like 2 vines, and then I propped it, and then a 3rd vine shot out, but it twists around each other. The vine, like you cannot untangle it. It is literally roped around. And the blooms are so stinking cute. I have some blooms coming in. There's some peduncles here. Little white flowers. So these flowers mostly do single, like it'll group them in either 1 flower, 2, it'll do a few. And they're very white and fuzzy. The blooms are so pretty, but they stink. It's not the most pleasant smell. It smells like, I don't know if it smells like cat pee or like something like that. It's not a pleasant smell. But the Hoya itself, the flowers, I love the small petite round leaves. I think they're the cutest little leaves. And I think it's just really pretty the way that it's growing on my shelf. I do want to get a different pot situation set up for it. Even though the blooms aren't the most pleasant smelling, I do really think they're cute, and I do love the leaf shape on this Hoya. It is a little bit more stubborn to propagate. Like I said, I cut the ends off of the plant recently, and so it's doing a new shoot here from where I cut the ends. It's really hard to reroot for some reason. So I have a few propagating right now, and if they do well and they actually start growing, then I'll list them if you're interested in this Hoya. But not the easiest to propagate in my experience. But she's really cute though, and I love her. It's just, it's not in my top anymore because I have so many other favorites. But yeah, Hoya IM-08. I feel like I'm getting into the zone where it really is hard to differentiate between all of these. Like I still, like from here on out, I really like these Hoyas. And this one I feel like is the next on my list because it hasn't bloomed yet. I do like the leaf on this one. It's not my favorite, I would say, but I am wanting this Hoya for the blooms. This is Caudata Sumatra. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. I forget the exact name, but the leaf looks like that. These are newer leaves coming in here. There, those are some older leaves. This was actually a rehab. I got this in, did I get this in 23? I believe I did. And it went downhill. It took forever for me to reroot this and for it to rehab. So I'm excited that it's actually growing now and it's gonna do well. But I cannot wait for blooms on this one. They're just so cute on it, and hopefully they smell nice. I like the little leaf thing, the shape that it's doing here is like a little claw. That's cool. And this one here too. It is fuzzy, there's little hairs. So yeah, waiting for blooms. And then I went ahead and brought out number 36. Same reason, I got this one actually at the same time from the same, no, I think these were different sellers. But I got these at around the same time. And this one here, again, struggled as well. This one, I think the leaves are so cool. They're so incredibly fuzzy. I just think it's such a cool Hoya. I love the fuzzy leaves. Like this is extremely fuzzy. This is Thomsonii, and I don't know if this is white flower or pink flower. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at my order history. It has not bloomed, but again, it's taken a while to bounce back, and now that it's growing, hopefully it blooms for me. But look how cute she is, right? She's such a pretty Hoya. Let me see if I can get an up close on the fuzziness of the leaves. Do you see the hair? It is so fuzzy. It's so cool. All the leaves are extremely fuzzy like that. I need to get this one back on the trellis. But yeah, I'll eventually prop her. She does have 2 vines, so maybe I could take a cutting from 1 vine. Actually, I didn't think about that. I could. I might prop her since she's 2, because this one's only 1 vine. So I don't think I want to mess with that. So yeah, this one's very cute. I really like this one. I hope it blooms soon too. I'll probably take this packet away. This one here is number 35. This is a carnosa and it's called Freckles. And this one is so cool. So it's a bigger leafed Hoya, and mine actually when I got it, so this is an original leaf, this one and this smaller one here. That was my plant when I got it, and then it spit out. This is new, so these silvery leaves are new. So the first vine that it did was actually pretty green. The splashiness went away, and so I propped it, and I've sold a few plants of this, and so it shot out a new node here, which is pretty much like low variegation, like low splash. Here. And then I propped it again back, and it activated a node way down here, which is what you see right here. All this splash is coming from that node. These are the 2 newer leaves that are coming out in its new spot over there. So they do look to be pretty splashy still, but I don't want to mess with the splash that's going on this vine. So I think what I might do when I go to prop this is prop the low variegation side and see what growth comes out of it, and hopefully maybe it'll activate a node even lower again and I can get some more splash to come in. I will eventually prop the splashy side, but I'm gonna wait a bit while it's still kind of actively growing. But I love the splash. This leaf is so pretty, half moon, like this one here, look at that. That is gorgeous. This big half moon kind of leaf, so pretty. It has not bloomed yet or anything. I got this one last year, so I feel like it's still pretty new in my collection. It seems to be growing very quickly. It propagates very easily, so definitely an easygoing Hoya, and it's beautiful. So if you like splashy Hoyas, if you like bigger leafed Hoyas, I definitely recommend this one. It is stunning. I love the silver on this one for sure. So yeah, that is Carnosa Freckles. I made this Hoya number 34 on the list. This is a lime splash, and I think the leaves are so unique. They're more oval shaped, you can see there, and I love the splash on them. And I do believe I have a peduncle right here, which is so cool because if that does form, it'll be the first bloom on this one. Oh wait, actually there's another one here. I think there's one right here coming in. You can barely see it. I don't know what the blooms look like. This one was gifted, but I think the leaves are so stinking pretty, like this half moon one here. They're a little bit fuzzy too. There's some hairs on them. I have propagated this before, actually, I think right here. It just hasn't grown back yet. I don't think. No, it hasn't grown back yet. So I'll probably prop this vine all the way back and let the one that's growing with the peduncles continue to grow. But yeah, it's such a cool guy. Number 33 on the list is this Lacinosa here. And I need to get this one. Oh, it's dripping. It's still very drippy. This one I think I like a little bit more than the Lacinosa Silver Mint that I showed you a little bit ago. I think it's because it's almost like the silver is on the inside and it has a very like dark green outer rim. I really like that. I think the silver mint is beautiful, but this one's a little bit more unique, I think. This Lacinosa hasn't bloomed yet, but I feel like Lacinosas can bloom pretty easily. I did cut it here recently, there, and I'll probably chop it back again. As long as it has 2 vines, I think this is a new vine that's growing since I chopped it. So I'll probably prop it again, and hopefully I can get mine to like fill out and grow up both sides of this trellis here. But I love the darker green on this one. Did I say, oh, this is Lacinosa Silver Snow. I don't know if I said what kind it was. Silver Snow. I think the name is cute too. 32 and 31 are the Hoya Bellas. I only have 2 in my collection. And I think out of the 2, so I have an inner variegated and an outer variegated. It's hard for me to pick, but I feel like I like the inner more on this Hoya. I feel like this one, the inner one, it grows like a freaking, I don't know, it just will not stop growing. I've propped this guy back so many times and I have not repotted it yet. It's still in its original pot. This is on my repot list. I let it get dry too many times and the peduncles have blasted. There is a lot of peduncles coming in on this one. I haven't actually seen what the blooms look like. There's one there. I just need to get it repotted so I can quit underwatering this thing. This was how it was shipped to me, and you can see multiple places where I have cut here, I have cut here, and where I cut it just shoots off vines like crazy. There's so many like vines coming out from every which direction. So I do want to repot this, re-trellis it, propagate it, and just fix this up a bit because it's looking a little crazy. But I do really like the inner on this one. I think the outer green is really pretty. I kind of want this one to maybe trail as well. I don't know if I like this one trellised. And then the inner variegated, or the outer variegated is here. Oh my gosh, this one's way too drippy. I should have waited to water these. But the outer variegated, it looks like that with the white on the outside margin. And the propagations I have taken, I have found some peduncles, but, oh wait, here's one coming. Yeah, there's some peduncle coming in way up here, right there. But it hasn't actually physically bloomed yet. So I'm excited to see some blooms on these ones, but they're so pretty, such pretty Hoyas. I love variegated plants, so anything with any kind of variegation I just adore. Okay, numbers 30 and 29 are 2 Polyneura varieties. I have a total of 5 that you're going to see. And I also want is it the Jasminica version that has the splash? Oh, that one is so pretty. That one is on my list. I really want to get that one. I love all of them. It's really hard to pick between all the varieties, but I feel like if I had to choose these, I feel like I like the other 3 a little bit more than these 2, although I still really love them. So this one actually I propagated. This is my Brogette here. It has the outer green and the dark inner. So I'm basically restarting my mother plant. I had taken so many propagations from these. I probably have sold like 10 each of these plants at least. So every time it grows, I will like cut it back again. And so the way that this one is growing is the way that this one was, and I couldn't stand this anymore. Like, this is driving me absolutely bonkers, just like one stick. I propped it and it regrows. I prop it, it regrows, and so this is a new node here that's growing out. This is the silver. And what I think I'm going to do with this one is once it grows a little bit more, I'm going to take one of my propagations and keep as a mother plant and prop this all the way back, I think is what I'm going to do, because these are the original like leaves and I just don't like the way that this is growing. Last time I chopped these, I was mad that I propped so much away. So yeah, I am going to stay away from the shears with these 2. Out of the 2 though, I really like the silver and I do really like the Brogette. I like them both, but if I had to choose, I'd like the silver because I love silvery blue on Hoyas, but this one's unique too. So I don't know, probably this one maybe just a little bit more. I actually put this one as the next one on the list, number 28. And I think it's because I like the other varieties a little bit more, but this one is my OG. This one, I adore this Hoya so much. This is regular Polynura. She's pretty big and she constantly gets propped. So what I do with her is I usually prop all the way back. You can see where I usually prop, I cut back. I usually do like 3 or 4 vines at a time. It's hard to not want to chop more. Like I do want to chop more, but then I don't want to jeopardize my mother plant either. But I love making small plants as well. So it's hard. It's hard sometimes to figure out the propagation. This one was in my plant room for the longest time. I think I got this Hoya back in 2020 as well. Oh, look at this strand. I love this strand. Look how pretty. It does get some Barina light currently, and it is, I think, in an 8-inch pot. Or no, it's in a 6-inch pot. It's pretty rooted, honestly. I feel like it could probably use a little bit of an upsize. Probably one of the easiest going Hoyas in my collection. It has bloomed for me multiple times. It does have little peduncles coming in, you can see. The blooms are kind of cool looking. I can't remember if they have much of a fragrance. It's been a while since she put out blooms, but they're very sappy. I will say that the sap drips onto the floor. But yeah, she's an OG. She's a classic. I feel like everybody needs this Hoya in their collection. It's just, yeah, you need this Hoya. It just is the best. Up next on our list is this Hoya here. This is one of my most recent purchases. I feel like it should be at the bottom because of that, because I haven't had it for, I would say, probably a month. But I really like it for some reason. That's why I bought it. I just think it's the green on it is more unique. But this is called Snow, I don't know how to pronounce CUI, silver. But let me show you the color on it. It's really pretty. I love the silver, of course. It does have the splash. And it is pushing a new growth now that I've had it. This is a new leaf, and it's got some other little leaves coming in. I feel like this one's going to be a fast grower, which is exciting. I did get this one to propagate for the shop because I feel like it's a variety that I haven't really heard of before, but when I saw it, I really liked it. I do feel like the silver on this would sunstress very pink too. I need to get it on a trellis though. I have no idea what the blooms look like on it. I didn't even check. I just saw it and I liked the foliage. I'm like, I'm gonna buy you. So hopefully the blooms are nice. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. So far it seems really easygoing. It was shipped already potted like this. It's just very drippy wet because I watered it last night. But yeah, it seems really happy, easygoing Hoya so far. So I'm excited for this one. Hello, I am back. I am starting to slur my words because I've been talking for so long. I just had to change my battery again and I'm like, oh no, I'm not even halfway through. Well, actually I think just now halfway through, and so I hope this video isn't crazy long. But number 26 is Multiflora Variegated, which is this one here. So this one has the outer variegation like that. And this one is getting ready to bloom again. I think the blooms on the Multiflora are so unique and so pretty. They're not quite open yet. They're starting to open. But I'll pop a picture of them fully open on the screen and what they look like for you. And I also have another peduncle coming in down there on the bottom right here. They're so cute. I feel like the blooms on this blast very, very easily, especially if it's underwatered. Oh gosh, but she is fully hydrated. And this one, to me, the leaves, I feel like the leaves get a bit yellow looking, but overall, like, the plant is healthy, but I just noticed that that is a pattern that this one does. I do like the leaves on this one, but I specifically wanted this one for the blooms because I think the blooms are so cool. It's such a unique bloom. I did prop her recently right here. Actually, it's been a while ago. Yeah, because this actually with the blooms is new. This section, since I chopped it, activated this lower. But I think I chopped this into 2 pieces, so they are growing right now. But that's cool that I'm getting another set of blooms though. I'll be really excited to see those. And I recently upsized her as well because I felt like she was drying out too quickly. She was in a 4-inch. So I feel like being in a 5-inch now, she'll stay more hydrated. So the blooms will stay on. But yeah, I really like her. Pretty Hoya. It just took me like 5 minutes to get this Hoya out of my cabinet. It was stuck. It was growing inside the rootstock. I hope I didn't break it. It's dripping sap right there. This was like growing inside of the cabinet, so I had to like yank it down. But this one I put as number 25, and this one is very unique as I feel like the leaf on this one is so unique for a Hoya. It is undulata splash, and this one was an import from a Cartel down. I still have the tag there. Now I did have multiple sections of this one when I got it as an import. I felt like it took a bit to kind of rehab, but the props, I think what I did, I don't know if I overwatered them or underwatered them. I had them in a bin and they were doing okay, and then I think they just shocked, but all the leaves ended up yellowing. So I'm kind of sad about that. So I'll have to prop her again in some time. These are the newest set of leaves, this one and this one. And now it spit out this long tendril here. So I have lots of new little leaves on the way. So once those kind of harden off, I feel like I'll prop her, but I don't want to cut this plant just yet. You can see where she was propped before. Oh no, it's sap there too. What the heck? Did I break that leaf? Oh, I hope not. Oh no, I hope I didn't break that. Maybe I just bent it. Oh well. I do really like her, and I think the splashiness and big leaves are unique. Big leafed Hoyas aren't my favorite, so I feel like that's why she's kind of mid-range, but I do really like this Hoya. I definitely need to get a trellis going for sure, especially since she was growing inside of the cabinet. Definitely finicky to rehab and to import for sure. Been a little stubborn for me to grow. So probably not the easiest of Hoyas, I would say, just based off my experience, but very pretty nonetheless, and I'm excited to have her, and hopefully she continues to do well. Number 24 is my Polynura Inner Variegated, and the last time I chopped her back way too far, which I'm really sad about, and her newest leaves look like they might be reverting a bit. So the inner has the light green center. So I'm thinking what I'll do, I have several props of her right now from when I chopped her back last time. You can see where I had chopped here. I chopped here twice, and then I chopped here, I chopped here to make a bunch of small plants. Like I definitely overdid it with her. So I'm tempted to restart another one as like a backup and maybe pot them together, but I'm definitely not propping this one anytime soon. If she continues to revert like this, then I'll prop her back further and let my other one regrow. I do like the outer, which I'll show you. I like the outer more than the inner on this one because I feel like mine, I don't know, I feel like mine doesn't have as much of a green center, but some of the props I've taken did have more of a light green center, so I am going to keep one of those, like I said, but hopefully I can get like a nice, beautiful inner Polynura growing because I really love this one. It's just, yeah, it's my own fault. I propped her way too many times. Next on the list is Matilde Variegated, and Matilde Variegated has like inner variegation. I think the new leaves come in really cute, how they're like a pink hue, and the stem is a little bit pink as well. She's kind of mid on my list because I don't like this one as much as my Matilde Splash that I'm going to show you. I still really love her. I love the round leaves on a Hoya. I just think it's probably one of my favorite. I just love the cute round leaves. They're actually a little bit more oval than round, and some of these leaves got huge. Like the size of this one is freaking ginormous. Because I prop her back so much, I haven't really let her grow to her full potential. So same thing with this one. I think I'm going to keep one of my propagations and let it grow out so that I can have like another second plant of her growing, because I do feel like people are looking for Matilde variegated. So I want to continue to grow and list this one in my shop. She's really petite and cute. I like her a lot. I love just the cute leaves on this one. So I can't wait for blooms too. Number 22 is Lacunosa, and this Lacunosa, you guys, I am loving more and more each day. This is Lacunosa Bruno tricolor, and I don't know what it is about the leaves, but they are so stunning. They have that inner variegation. Even the pattern on the back of the leaves is so pretty as well. Do you see that? She hasn't bloomed for me yet. So I had multiple of this plant. I had 3 actually. One was an import, one was a small plant, and then I think one was a cutting that I had received, and they all started growing. So I kept one for me, which is this one here, and the rest of the plants I'm either selling cuttings or propagating to make small plants. But I really love the coloring on this one. I love the waxy feel to the leaves too. There's just something so unique about this Lacunosa. I just adore her so much. So I don't know why I ranked her all the way down at 22. I don't know. It's probably because the next Hoyas, I just really love all these Hoyas that I'm going to show you. So it's hard to really rank these, but I adore this Lacunosa and she's stunning. It's like, what is this Hoya doing? Oh, that's so interesting. This one here is number 21. This is Crassiopetalata Splash, and this is one of my most recent Hoya purchases, along with the Snow Q or something that I showed. I got them from the same seller. And so again, same thing, this was how it was received, already potted up, already growing. And I was laughing because, like, look at those new, oh shoot, I'm dripping. Okay. I was laughing because, like, look at those new leaves coming in the middle. Here and here, that's so cool. But I love, so I have another Crassiopetalata I'm going to show you, but I was debating on getting the Splash. I got this one for my shop. I was debating for a while because I do really like splashy Hoyas, but now that I have it, I love the dark green color on this one. I've had it maybe a month, but it is just a stunning Hoya. The Splash is just very beautiful. I love the darker green on this one. So it's shooting a tendril here, which is new, and then this one here was kind of coming out during shipping. So there's like a leaf here, and then there's this weird gap here. There's a note here that I think something is starting to grow, and it's doing some leaves here. I definitely need to get it trellised for sure, so I'll have to work on that. But yeah, I really love the coloring on this. It is so pretty. I love it a lot more in person. I saw it online and I thought it was pretty, but in person it is really, really pretty. So I'm excited to grow this one. I'm excited to prop it and everything. I haven't propped a Crassiopetalata before, so I am curious how it does. I feel like it would be an easy one to prop. So we'll see. Since it is growing 2 vines, what I most likely will do is probably prop this one since it's got some weird spacing. I don't know, but eventually I will prop this. I'm gonna let it grow a bit more and then we'll do some propagating with this one. Oh, I need to get her back on her trellis. She is growing way off. I'll have to restake her and get some more clips, but I'll have to tame this back. This is number 20, so this is technically the last one in the mid group, although this very easily is in the top group of Hoyas. Even the last like 10 to 15 Hoyas are pretty much my top Hoyas as well. This is starts with a V, Verticula something, Splash, I believe, or Silver. I'll put it on the screen. But this one is really, really cute. So I got this one as like a rooted cutting. It had these 2 leaves here, and I fell in love with these heart-shaped leaves, especially this one that's like all silver. And this one's very splashy. And then it grew out some other like splashy heart-shaped leaves. This is all new here, this section, because I chopped it here. And so this is a new node that has now grown. But it's very pretty. The splash kind of comes in a bit pink too. See, I got this one earlier this year, so it's a pretty like newer Hoya, but it's pretty easy going. I'm actually surprised that I really like this one as much because it is such a bigger leafed Hoya, but I don't know, there's just something about it. I think it's really cool. Ooh, that's gonna be a really pretty leaf. Look how silver that one is coming in. That's gonna be really nice. And I have a heart trellis for her too, because she's got heart-shaped leaves. I just have to like get this back wrapped around and everything, so I'll have to do that here. So yeah, she's a cutie. I love this Hoya. We are down to our last 20 Hoya. I made myself a little matcha. It looks so yummy. I needed a little pick-me-up. Starting off with number 20 is Hoya discipulae. It's looking a little crazy right now. And this one is always in bloom. Look at those cool blooms. They don't have a scent to me at all, but it just spits out these blooms constantly. And I have another vine over here that is getting ready to do a ton of blooms. And I also have a new shoot over here. I have propagated this back so many times and it grows just as quickly. I am going to be propping this soon. I feel like I'm going to cut this one next since it's growing a bit crazy. It does take a little bit to propagate, but it grows, like I said, back in no time. Like I will cut this back to nothing and it's like, boom, it's back to a huge plant again. If I didn't chop it, I bet this thing would have been crazy because I've chopped, I don't know how many times for sure I've chopped this back, but I bet you this would be like a crazy big Hoya. I do need to probably upsize it. It's got a lot of algae because it was in my east window. This is the only one that I actually have in semi-hydro or pond. And it really seems to enjoy it. It's a very thirsty Hoya. And this one will blast its blooms if you underwater it. Let me grab this other Papashonii out. I left it out here so you could see the difference. Or I guess you could see the similarities, like it's very similar looking. Let's see. Do you see? They're almost identical in a way. The blooms are completely different. This one is more thin as well, the leaf on this one, but I feel like they're too similar that I don't really want to keep both in my collection. So I feel like I do like this one a lot more. So I probably will let that one go. Nothing really bad to say about this one at all. It's so unique. I love the dark green leaves, the ruffles and everything. I love the blooms. I'm glad they don't really have a smell. It's such a cool Hoya. It's so unique. It's not like most of my other ones, I feel like. So yeah, love, love, love this one. Number 19. Boing, is this one here. This is New Guinea Ghost, and I love the color on this one. I just love that tone of green. It's very minty. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. This is new, this tendril here. I don't know what this thing is doing. There's like 3 leaves coming in here. There's another tendril here. And there's something coming here. There's these 2 tendrils here. This thing is just going off. And then I have another long vine that's new over here. I bet you it's because I chopped it here last and now it's doing this crazy thing. This one is more difficult to propagate as well. If you are curious about that, it's a little bit more finicky. And I find this Hoya to be very thirsty as well. This one was in my east window over here, but since I moved it, it seems pretty happy. Like I said, it's pushing a ton of new growth. I feel like I'm excited for Hoyas when I love the foliage. Like it makes me really excited to see the blooms because it's like I hope I like them when they come in, because if not, then I feel like I might be disappointed. But yeah, I love, love, love this Hoya. Next cutie is the Hoya I found at the big box store for like 10 bucks. And I love it. Obviously, it's like number 18 on the list. And the more it grows, the more and more I really do love it. I just like the coloring on this one more. I love all the tones of pink and white and it's growing so well. Like, look at this leaf. Tell me that is not a pretty leaf. Look at that. It's stunning. I love the way the new leaves come in. The coloring is so pretty. I believe this is Hoya I variegated. Is it the Proven Winners? They renamed the Hoya, so I bought it as a different name, but I'm pretty sure it's Hoya I. But yeah, I love this one. It's grown a lot too. Very happy Hoya purchase for $10 because she is beautiful. We are creeping into the category of hard to pick favorites now. This is number 17 on the list. Yeah, 17. This is Hoya Serpens Silver. So it's only one vine right now, but I got it as a cutting. It was like a 2-node cutting. And so this is all that it's done. I think there is another little vine, but it stopped growing right there in the middle. And so this is like the newer growth. So I feel like it's grown enough that I could try propagating it to fill out my pot. I would love to make some individual, is that a peduncle? Is that a peduncle? What is that right here? Is that a peduncle? Do you see that off to the side here? Oh, is that a peduncle? That would be so cool. But I love this Hoya because it is so petite and so tiny, and obviously the silver leaves are so stinking cute. It doesn't take up any space at all. I really want this to be like really big and bushy in my collection, so I might take a cutting. Although I don't know if I want to yet because it is like growing. I was hoping it would grow more vines, but it hasn't. So maybe I need to cut it and then it will it'll activate more nodes, you know? But I really like her. She's probably the tiniest Hoya leaf that I have in my collection, but I love her. So number 16 on the list is, it's Wilbur Graves Silver. So this one has the all silver leaves. It is stunning. Such a pretty Hoya. Honestly, this one should be higher up on the list because I love the silver. I will say it's a bit of a slower grower for me. Like, it's just now growing back from where I chopped it last time. I chopped it in 2 spots. Propagations take forever to activate new growth in my experience. But look at that silver. If you love just all pure silver plants, you are going to love this Hoya. Stunning, 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 stunning. It does sun stress as well, like a pink hue. I actually think I've seen them like pretty pink on the sun stressing if you give it more light or higher light. But it's so pretty. I love, love, love that color. And then number 16 on the list is Lacunosa, but this one is Mint Coin. Mine is looking a little crazy on this trellis. Mine is growing very quickly. I do cut this one back a lot, but it's just nonstop growing. Oh my gosh, that scared me. I thought that was a mealybug, but it's just a air root where I had like the vine bent, so it's like sappy. I am traumatized by mealies. I think I finally got rid of mealies on my Hoyas, you guys. It's taken a while to get here, but we are here. Knock on wood that they never show up again. But I love this Hoya. I love the leaf shape, I think, the most, and obviously the silver color I love, but I feel like for Lacunosa the leaves are a bit more big. I love the way that it trails too. So pretty. I wish I had gotten this one sooner. I honestly should make this one higher up on the list as well because I do really like it. I think I featured this in my top 10 Hoya video. So it should be higher up on the list. I don't know what I was thinking, but she's really pretty. I kind of want her just to trail too. I might take her off the trellis. But yeah, I love her. Hasn't bloomed yet. This one made a mess in my rhodsta trying to get this tendril out. I need to trellis this one. Actually, I need to take this one out of the rhodsta. It's getting too big. So this is Hoya mitrata. Is it mitrata? This one was an import with the undulata on that Aroid Market import. I have a video. You guys, this one came in with literally no roots. It was just like a stem. I don't even know how it's alive right now because it took forever to rehab. It was really, really rough. Okay, what are you doing here? That's a growth point, but it stopped here. Oh, I broke it, that's why. I had taken this out of my cabinet and I broke it here, and so now it's doing a new growth point here, and it's doing a new growth point here, and it's doing a new growth point here, and it's doing a new growth point here. What the heck? Oh, there's 2 more growth points way down in there. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Is that all from this breaking? It has to be, because look at all these new growth points. I don't think those are peduncles, no. Those are all new growth points. That is so cool. I love this Hoya because it's so pretty and so unique. Although I'm not a big leafed Hoya fan, this one is just like, look at those leaves. It is purple. It is literally purple. And so the original leaves are still kind of hanging on. That's a silver one, that's an original import leaf, and this one down here. And there's one more that's a bit soft, that's an original import leaf. And then the new leaves that came in were literally like this purple color, very drippy wet. But yeah, it's this beautiful purple color, and I feel like pretty much all the new leaves have come in with that color. This one is a little bit more silver though, this one here that came out, and this one here that came out. It's not as purple as that. Maybe it has something to do with the way it was sitting under the grow light. But even as these hardened off, like these are pretty old leaves now, it's still maintaining that purple color. It is so stunning. I will prop her. I feel like once this vine decides to do what it's doing, I will probably cut this off. Especially since I have 2 more coming in down here, I'll probably cut this one back. This one here and prop. Even though it was a journey to get this plant to be growing like this, I'm glad she survived. It's just so unique. And look at the veining too on the back. That's cool too. Look at that. Such a pretty, pretty Hoya. I hope the blooms are pretty on this one. I can't wait. I don't know when and if it would bloom. It's so cool. I have all these growth points coming in too. That's so exciting. Yeah, super stunning Hoya, so unique in my collection. Honestly, she should be in my top 10 for sure. I don't know what I'm thinking. But it's so hard to pick. These last ones are just so hard to pick. You know what, the one after this is probably below this actually. Although I don't know. See, this is where I'm having trouble picking because I think this is number 14. Yeah, so now I'm down to the top 13, so it's getting more difficult to choose. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch the last one and this one around because I like that one more than this one. Although I still really like this one. This is Hoya Caricia Silver. And again, it's another bigger leafed Hoya with the beautiful silver leaves. Mine is pretty silver, like most of the leaves are pretty much all silver on this plant. This is the original leaf here. And I've cut back here, I've cut back here, I've cut back here. I've cut her back quite a few times as well. I love the silver on this one. She's stunning. Beautiful Hoya, no words, she's just beautiful. Okay, number 12, you guys, this one, look at this freaking Hoya. Every time I see this Hoya, it moves up on the list. I just heard thunder. Look at how she's growing. This is Hoya Paradise, D-I-S-E-A. So when I got this, it was just this little bit here, and then it did a long vine with nothing. And then it just is, now it's growing. And I love the way that it's cascading like this. Look how pretty she is. I'm in love with this Hoya right now. It is just, there's just something about the way that it's growing like this. It is beautiful. I love cascading Hoyas that trail like this. She's stunning. I don't know what happened here. Oh, this got caught in the top of the, I had this one in my acrobar and it was growing up in it and it got caught and it broke. So this here grew out. She's stunning. No words. Just beautiful. I do want to prop her, but I don't want to prop her just yet because I love the way that she's growing. It'll probably be a while. But I can't wait to prop her. I feel like everyone should get this Hoya because she's so pretty. I don't know, there's just something about it. I love it so much. Number 11. This one should be in my top 10. Why is this not in my top 10? Who did I rate more than this one? Oh no, I'm switching number 10 and this one around. I have this one as number 11, I don't know why. But she's definitely in my top 10. This is Hoya Carnosa Argentea Princess, and you guys, this Hoya is so pretty. It's the color, the variegation, just all around one of the most prettiest Hoyas I have ever seen. She's growing off the trellis. I don't know what she's doing. She's clinging onto the wall, I think, now. I obviously need to get her staked back on. I did prop her recently though, for the first time. I took a chunk here. And so now this is all growing back. I didn't want to prop her because I was worried she would revert, but it does look like the coloring is continuing. You can especially see it on the new leaves here. So this one is all silver though. This one has a little variegation. Yeah, this one has variegation, but the two after the chop were pretty much all silver, so I was worried. I might chop her again. We'll see. I don't know. I might let her grow a bit more though. But I love this Hoya. I cannot wait for blooms. The foliage is so stunning. Just that color. It almost reminds me of the Wilbur Grace silver almost. It's that color is so pretty. They're very similar. They are a bit different, but very similar. You see? It's beautiful. Beautiful coloring. Let me show you number 10 next, which is actually number 11. You guys, I missed one. I don't have it on my list. I think what I did was like number 22, I think I did as Lacinosa Bruno tricolor, and this one was in my cabinet right beside it, so I think I just missed it when I was counting. Oh no, my order's all messed up. That's okay, we'll just throw this in as a bonus. So this is Lacinosa variegated. It's very similar to Bruno tricolor, except this is more sharp. The leaves are more pointed, whereas the Bruno tricolor, it's more rounded. But I can't believe I left this one in there. I didn't see it. But I love the Lacinosa variegated too. It's a bit of a slower grower for me. I did prop it once, but it is pushing some new offshoots, like quite a few, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hopefully I can prop it here again soon. I think I like the Bruno tricolor more though. Although I do like the variegated and I like the pointy leaves. I kind of like the Bruno. I don't know. They're very similar though. But yeah, that's in there too. And then this one here I had as number 10, but it should be number 11 because of the Hoya Argentea Princess. And this I just broke as well because it was growing up in the cabinet. But this Lacinosa is so pretty. It's so unique. So this one is called Zebra Skin, and this was gifted last year, and obviously like I had no idea this Hoya even existed. But it is the prettiest leaves. I don't know what it is. I think it's just, I mean, it does in a way look like zebra skin, I guess zebra striping, but I want to show you the leaves here. Look how pretty that is. I feel like it's just so unique. The pattern on the leaves, I think it's beautiful. It definitely made my top 20 for sure. I can't wait to prop it though. Since I broke this, I think I'll prop this section, this vine here. because it is growing another one on this side. But the newer leaves come in like a little bit lighter green and then it fades to a darker green. But this leaf here, like these older leaves, when they harden off like that, that is so pretty. I think it is a beautiful Lacinosa. I can't wait for this one to bloom too. I feel like it should, because I feel like Lacinosa, you know, bloom pretty easily. I don't see any peduncles yet. But yeah, such a pretty Lacinosa. I kind of brought out some of my other top ones here so I wouldn't have to keep going back and forth. Let's see. Oh shoot, I forgot to get one. Okay. I feel like this Hoya will always be in my top 10 because it is that beautiful. It is time to prop her again. Oh my gosh, the water. Oh my gosh. Note to self when filming a collection video, do not water the day before because they will be a drippy mess. This is Carnosa Wilbur Graves, and mine is very splashy. Very silver. She is stunning. So the silver, I put her away already, obviously is like all silver, but I love the splash on this one. She's so pretty. This long tendril here just came out here. But yeah, I love her. I cannot wait for blooms too. I feel like I cannot wait for blooms on some of these Hoyas that I got for their foliage. It's just like, I know it'll make me love them even more. She's super pretty. I love the way that this one is growing. I feel like she grows pretty quickly as well, and she's super easy to prop. I love this Hoya. I'm gonna have to change my battery again soon. That'll be the third battery. I need to dump that out. I put too much water. She will always be a fave as well. This is Heshkliana variegated and so cute. Love this Hoya. I love the blip of white mine is doing there. I did try and prop mine recently. I took a couple cuttings, like I cut one here. I thought I cut one more vine, but maybe not. I didn't really want to, oh yeah, I cut two vines here and here. I didn't really want to cut her because I love the way that mine is growing. I want it to be super big and full and luscious. But look how pretty she is. Hands down, one of my favorite Hoyas. You can't beat that. I love how inner variegated mine is. I love the more white, whereas some of these are more of like a darker green. I cut one strand away that was doing all green, somewhere up in here. It was just doing all green. I don't love this as much as this. And obviously this white strand is so pretty. She's stunning Hoya. I love her. I haven't gotten blooms yet, but I know the blooms are really cute and pretty on this one. So I can't wait. I hope you bloom for me soon. It's usually the Hoyas that I want to bloom, that I've been waiting for blooms, don't bloom. And then the Hoyas that I don't really care about end up blooming for me. I feel like that's the way that it goes. Like my compacta hasn't bloomed. My linearis, I'm going to show you soon, has not bloomed, and I have multiples of that one. So some of them are just being so stubborn with blooms. Last 7, I just had to change my battery, hopefully one last time. Number 7 is Hoya Gunning Gading, but it's the ghost version. This one is a pretty newer Hoya in my collection, but she's a beauty. Right here. Those are the 2 set of newest leaves. I think I've had this one maybe a couple months. And hopefully I get some more leaves to come in. She's got a little tendril here, but I love her so much. I didn't think I would like her as much as I do. Like, she is a stunning Hoya. I love the veiny plants. I love them. The silver, uh-oh, I dropped a flower. But yeah, I love her so much, and I can't wait to see her grow more. I will eventually prop her, but I want her to get kind of kind of long before I decided to do that. I also was told that these might revert, or they have a potential of reverting, so I definitely don't want that, but she seems to be growing fairly well, so I'm gonna let her do her thing. Okay, number 6 is my favorite Polynura variety. It's the outer variegated, and this little section here is so pretty. This is part of my original plant, and then I bought a second one that I planted in here to make it more full, because I do plan on propping her back pretty regularly. My original plant wasn't really growing because it was doing so much white. Like, here's another white strand, and I had cut a white strand away, so it only had one strand that was growing. And so the last time I propped it, it just took a bit to grow back, and so I wanted some more of this plant to grow so I could prop her. So I'm excited to have more vines to grow out and prop from. It was activating a ton of growth as well, so I hope it continues to keep pushing growth for me. Yeah, all these vines over here are pretty new. I feel like these are the newer vines that we're growing in. This one, this one, this one. I feel like this one is growing. Yeah, a lot of these are growing, so I'll probably prop her again here soon. I did pot up a half moon strand that was producing all white, but I think it's slowly dying over there. I potted that one up recently because the new growth is white. It's probably not going to survive. But I really like this one. I love the white on this plant. Polynura is just a beautiful Hoya, and yeah, this one is just one of my favorites. I can't live without this one. This one I have no words for. This is number 5 on my list. It's Hoya Matilde, and mine is very, very splashy. And she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. It is so silvery, so stunning. Definitely a favorite for sure. I can't wait for blooms on her. I feel like ever since I cut her back recently, this is growing, and then I have these vines here that are growing. So I might wait before I prop her again, because I feel like every time I do, it sets it back a little bit. It takes a while to regrow. She's so cute. I still can't believe that I got this Hoya last year as a small, like, little 2 4-leaf cutting. I just almost poked myself in the eye. And I don't know what took me so long to get a Hoya Matilde. I knew I really wanted one, but I wanted one that was very, very splashy. So I got super lucky with the genetics on mine. But yeah, I don't know what took me so long to get this plant. I really don't, because she's stunning. I love her so much. Okay, number 4 is Hoya linearis. Instead of taking her down from her spot, I'll just take the camera over there and show you. But I actually have a total of 3 right now. I did have 4 in my collection. I have my OG, which I've had since 2020. I got that as a cutting, and I've grown it. I propagated it several times, and that one has not bloomed, and I really want it to bloom for me. It actually had peduncles forming a few months ago, but I think they just blasted and fell off. I feel like the blooms I want the most are from my Hoya linearis. And then I actually purchased a really, really full one. It was a splurge so that I could have propagations for my shop. It is massive. It's so big, it's so full, luscious, you name it. And then I also have another one that I had purchased. That one is on its way out, so I'll probably propagate the rest of that plant up, and then I'll work on propagating the bigger one. I don't want to touch my OG one because I feel like that one is just more sentimental because I've had it for so long. I haven't added back into it in a while, so I might do that eventually, but the bigger one that is super, super long and luscious, I don't know how old that plant is technically since I did purchase it pretty full, but I'm hoping if that one gives me blooms, I will be tempted to keep that one, honestly. But I will probably start taking some strands to prop from her, but I love Hoya linearis. So timeless, such a stunning Hoya. It is beautiful. I love the way it trails. Trailing Hoyas are my favorite. Just the best Hoya. Love that Hoya so much. So dying for blooms on that one. And these are my top 3 Hoyas. And they're all newer-ish Hoyas I got this year, and I love them so, so, so much. I think out of the 3, Er, Out of the three, I think I'll give the number 3 position to Hoya. Hoya I Prism. But I don't know, you guys. They're all too hard to pick from. I don't know. I love them all. But Hoya I Prism is stunning. Look at this leaf right here. She's pretty. She's got outer variegation. She comes in with pink leaves and it kind of fades to a lighter pink and then it kind of hardens off more to a white outer variegation. But the new leaves literally come in so pink. It's such a stunning Hoya. So pretty. Mine hasn't grown very much because it is pretty new, but mine has done 1, 2, 3 sets of leaves. So it's gonna be a while before I prop these 3. I will eventually, but it'll be a bit yet because I want them to grow more. She's beautiful. She is beautiful. I think number 2 is this one. This is Hoya nabawaniensis, and that's what she's looking like. She's grown quite a bit since I've gotten her. I feel like all this here is new. She's got a pink hue to her, especially on the back. You can see the pink. Beautiful inner variegation. She also has this like white cast on the leaves. I don't know if you can make it out. Let me get closer. But do you see the white splotches? I think that's so unique. Like that leaf there. She is so pretty. Definitely seems to be somewhat of a slower growing Hoya. I know she's still establishing. Oh, there is a new node here growing. I didn't see that. Where those 2 little leaves, there is a new little section. Oh, that's cool. So I'll wait a bit until she grows more and then I'll prop her. And then this one here, I think it's because it is so variegated, they are a bit slower at growing, just like with other variegated plants with less green. But this is Crassiopetalata variegated, and I showed you the splash version earlier, which was new. But the variegated, this is probably my favorite Hoya right now. It was a wish list ever since I saw it and I really, really wanted it, and she doesn't disappoint at all. She is stunning in person. I do really like the pink on these ones because I love pink Hoya leaves. But she does still have some pink, especially on the new growth. And I don't know if she would sunstress. I'm not sure. But mine is so white. It's so pretty. And I love the feel, the texture, very soft, creamy feeling leaves. The stem comes in pretty pink too. But yeah, definitely a bit slow at growing. So it'll be a bit before I prop her, but I will. But she's beautiful nonetheless. I love the tones of green. So yeah, these are my top 3. My linearis was in like my top, yeah, my linearis is in my top 5. And then probably Hoya Matilde. Yeah, those are my top 5. Hoya Matilde, this one here, the splash version. Hoya linearis, and these 3. I feel like I can't live without these Hoyas. Although I still really, really, really like some of these other ones too. And this one and this one, they're all just my top favorites. Ooh, that was a lot to get through, you guys. That is crazy. I think I have been filming close to 3 hours. I think I started this video at 11:30 and it is 2:45. What the heck? I hope this video isn't crazy long. But we'll see when I go to edit this, I guess. But yeah, I have a lot of Hoya still. Since I did forget one, that brings my total varieties to 55 instead of 54. I probably will downsize some that are on, like I was saying, on the 40 to 60, those plants in that bunch. I did add some Hoyas to my wish list for next year already. I don't think I would be getting any of them for this year, but there are more that I want. But let me know what Hoyas you think I should get that I don't have, but I need. Like, let me know your top Hoyas that I am missing out on, because I want to know what those Hoyas are. I may look at getting them just for my personal collection, or I may look at getting them for my shop. But let me know, leave a comment down below what I am missing out on and what I need to add to my collection, because I would love to look those Hoyas up and just see, and maybe find some new wish list Hoyas. I do feel like I'm wanting to know which Hoyas people are interested in, and also obviously like to add some more that I adore to my collection, because I want to look at my collection of Hoyas and be like, oh my gosh, I love these so much, and they just bring me so much joy. And so if a Hoya isn't doing it for me, or any plant for that matter, like I don't want to keep it in my collection. I really want favorite plants that I adore and love to care for. And kind of disappointed I didn't have as many blooms to show you today, but that's okay. Again, thank you so much for watching and for being here. Let me know your favorites, and I will talk to you again soon.